October is Minnesota Manufacturing Month. The Central Minnesota Manufacturers Association wants to say thank you to all the The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
And the serve just clears the top of the net, played by the Bombers.
Media Group production.
Into the lane and just gets the roll.
Wow. Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the Nice 95.5 mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Chris Gable.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how
Mom's
about the
Parkside
A&W root beer
Cafe
freeze?
in Pine City
Signature
proudly
combo.
serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up!
Kettle
Mom's
River Pizza, the
Parkside
handcrafted
Cafe.
pizza made
Open Monday
locally in
through Friday,
Ascove,
8
Minnesota.
till 2.
Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocery,
smile
tavern,
with your
or
forever
convenience
starts
store.
at Embrace
Handcrafted
Orthodontics.
Kettle
The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Cambridge-Isanti football field here tonight. We've got the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets taking on the Sartell Sabres. I'm Tyler Gustafson alongside Chris Gable.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cambridge-Isanti football.
We're going to bring you some fun football action. Both of these teams looking for a win tonight. Only one win between these two football teams all of last season. Chris, what are going to be some keys to this game if the home team, the Blue Jackets, want to take it?
I think whichever team can come out here and handle the nerves early is going to be most important, right? Both of these teams want wins early to build their confidence. I think when both teams look at the schedule, they see this as a very winnable game for both of them. And I know the Cambridge-Isanti Ben Geisler's in his second year leading the Blue Jackets here. He would love to get their season started with a nice win over the Sartell Sabres.
Yeah, Geisler, like you said, in his second year, this will be a big, big game here to open up this season. The Blue Jackets looking to set a tone here early. They had some close games last year, but just weren't able to take it in the end. We'll see if they can do so against Sartell, who's another team that's kind of reeling a little bit. Sartell trying to find their footing. Head coach Scott Henches trying to make something happen here early. Both these teams, this could be a tone setter, Chris, if they can win this game to open up the 2025 season.
Yeah, we're going to see the Sabres here come out. They're going to be led by number 18, Peyton Allen. He is a Division I recruit, St. Thomas University commit, and he plays tight end and defensive line for them. So expect their quarterback, Alex Bird, number 2, to be looking for Peyton Allen. And the Mustangs, the Blue Jackets tonight, we're going to see kind of a mixture at quarterback here. We're going to see some Tayton Westfall, number 11, and we're going to see some number 12, Lake Salmonson. I expect a heavy dose of Peyton Copeland in the backfield, and look for the Jackets to try to use the speed of Jackson Zebarth at wide receiver. They want to get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, another interesting storyline for these Blue Jackets. Knox Andrews is playing both sides of the ball this year. He was ranked as one of the top defensive backs last year as a freshman in the state of Minnesota. Now he's going to be playing running back as well, and it'll be interesting to see how the Blue Jackets try to utilize his speed and athleticism as Sartell is getting ready to boot the first kick here. Back to return the kicks. It looks like it'll be Peyton Copeland down in the far left corner of that Blue Jackets end zone. On the right side is Jackson Zebarth.
So you're going to see the two speedsters right away for the Jackets. They want, like I said, they want to get the ball in their hands.
Zebarth, a very quick runner. He's a receiver, and both of these guys are going to look to do some damage offensively. We'll see who can set the tone early.
Kicking off for the Sabres is number 99, Hunter Jefferson.
The kick from Jefferson, and Copeland will be able to pull that down. He makes a nice move, and he gets all the way up to the 35. A juke at the 20, and he's able to get up the gut to gain a few. So the Kettle River Pizza kickoff. Need to fundraise for your team? Kettle River Pizza in Ascoff has a practical and user-friendly fundraising program. Visit kettleriverpizza.com/fundraising for more. That kickoff is returned for a solid 35 yards, and it looks like starting the game will be Lake Salmonson at quarterback.
Salmonson at quarterback. It looks like you have Copeland in the backfield.
Salmonson motions over Zebarth, and there'll be a flag very early. Maybe an illegal shift on Zebarth. And encroachment, rather. So the Blue Jackets get a free 5 yards to start off the game.
They'll take the yards here early, build some confidence here. Now, first and 5 is easier than first and 10. So a good start there for the Jackets.
And they're all the way up to the 40-yard line here before their first play on offense. Salmonson motions over Zebarth once again, and he'll hand it to Copeland up the middle, and he'll get a gain of 2 right up the gut. 2nd and 3. Well, it certainly helps when you get 5 yards for free. That makes those 3 yards a little bit more manageable.
54 Duke gains on the tackle there for the Sabres.
So 2nd and 3. Salmonson looks to his right side and throws to Zebarth, who falls over, making the catch. And he'll be right at that first down marker, just half a yard short.
Yeah, it looks like he was short. He caught the ball with one knee on the ground, so he's down immediately where that knee is down. Even though it looked like he fell across the first down marker, it'll be 3rd and short for the Jackets here.
Salmonson with one receiver to the right, one receiver out to the left. Zebarth, the near side receiver. Salmonson getting some calls from Geisler down below on the Blue Jackets sideline, and now a flag will be thrown.
Got another flag on the play. The Jackets never really look comfortable on that play there.
Yeah, they were looking to the sideline quite a bit to see what the call was, and this time the Blue Jackets will be moving backwards. So they got the free 5 yards, but now they have to move back, and it's a 3rd and about 5.5. Salmonson to take the shotgun, fakes, now throws deep for Zebarth, who makes a great catch. Over the shoulder, and he pulls it down for the first down, probably a gain of 20 yards. He's across to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was Brady Thompson for the Sabres on the coverage there, and he looked like he wanted a penalty. He thought Jackson Zebarth pushed off a little bit to come back for that ball. It was a little bit underthrown, but Zebarth making an outstanding play to go get that ball.
And now a roughing the passer flag thrown as well, so the Blue Jackets end up moving up a total of 34 yards on that play. So the 30-yard catch and then the 5-yard or 10-yard penalty, rather. And Salmonson back in the shotgun, hands it off to Copeland, who's taken down back in the backfield, a loss of about 4.
Great pressure there by the defensive line. Copeland really had no shot at all to break out of there. They were in the backfield almost immediately. So great defensive play there by the defensive line of the Sabres.
They needed to play like that to kind of stop this momentum after the big catch and penalty. Another shotgun snap. This will be a pass. Short screen play, and that is disrupted right away. That'll be number 3, Mike Hammock, who is right there to knock that out of the hands of Copeland.
And you can see the Jackets set up the screen. They let the defensive lineman kind of go right through, and Copeland was sitting there right at the line of scrimmage, and the defense made another great play to knock that ball down. Good play by the Sabres, number 3 there, Mike Hammock.
So 2 huge defensive plays from the Sabres, and now it's a 3rd and about 15 for this Blue Jackets offense. The snap to Salmonson, a deep throw, and way early hit on the receiver.
That was Mason McKinnon. Salmonson's ball was thrown to Mason McKinnon, and there's going to be a defensive pass interference. He kind of threw him to the ground a little bit early there.
And that is huge for the Blue Jackets. That gives them a free 15 yards, and they'll move into the red zone.
I think if you're Coach Henches for the Sabres now, you are a little bit frustrated. Your team is playing undisciplined here in their first possession on defense of the season. You've already got 3 penalties, and 2 of them have been pretty big penalties with the pass interference right there after a loss of 5 on first down.
The Blue Jackets love their fast-paced offense, almost always in shotgun formation. Salmonson looks to his right, 2 receivers that way. Now he motions Zebarth, who takes the jet sweep up the middle, and he'll get about a yard.
And he's brought down by number 3 again, Mike Hammock. He was hit hard right at the 6-yard line. So Geisler's got a decision here already. It's going to be 4th down and about 2. So 4th and 1 here for the Jackets. Tyler, what do you do in this case?
Well, it looks like they're bringing out 2 running backs in Copeland and Zebarth. Under center, it looks like there's a tight end back there. And here is a direct snap to Copeland. Is he in? He is! A touchdown for the Blue Jackets.
Touchdown, Jackets. I saw that play run by the 9th graders earlier this week, and it's hard for the defensive line. They don't know who has the ball. And Copeland was just able to follow his offensive line into the end zone for the score.
So the Blue Jackets strike first here in the first quarter. Their first drive aided by some penalties from the Sabres. And Copeland is the first Blue Jackets to score this season. A nice run up the gut on some misdirection.
Looks like Mason McKinnon is doing the kicking.
That'll be good.
It is up and good. Good opening possession there for the Jackets, and Coach Geisler's got to be pleased with the way the Jackets start their season.
So the offense does its work, and we'll be back here after this short break. Blue Jackets 7, Sabres nothing here on Q Media Sports.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
We're back here. The Blue Jackets with a quick touchdown on their first drive. We've got 8:59 left on the clock here in the first quarter. And the Kettle River Pizza kickoff is about to occur.
Looks like McKinnon doing the kickoff again here for the Jackets.
There's the kick. It hits around the 15-yard line, now bobbled right there, and going down to a knee at the 16 is Ambrosier. So Kettle River Pizza kickoff goes the way of the Blue Jackets once again. Two great special teams plays. Need a fundraise for your team? Kettle River Pizza in Ascove has a practical and user-friendly fundraising program. Visit kettleriverpizza.com/fundraising to learn more. Now under center. And trying to move a couple. It looked like maybe a sneak up the middle. That was Alex Bird, the QB.
Almost looked like he lost control of the ball there a little bit. Great defensive presence there for the Jackets. And again, I think Geisler cannot be more pleased with how this game has started for the Jackets here. Great start to the 2025 football season.
So loss of about 1 on the play. 2nd and 11. Bird back under center. Receiver to his left and to his right. Now a pitch over to Larson, who breaks, and he's got a wide open field. Finally taking him down is Tayton Westfall. Right around the 50-yard line, but there'll be a flag. It looks like maybe a hold back at the line of scrimmage. And this might be coming back for the Sabres.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be the 4th penalty already here for the Sabres. And that's going to be a holding on Jackson Knott. Looked like it almost happened early on in the run. And that's already the 4th penalty, and 3 of them have been pretty big. You had the roughing the passer, you had the pass interference on after losing 5, after great defensive play, knocking the Jackets back 5 yards, and now what was almost a 35-yard gain here called back.
Yeah, so that'll move them back all the way to the 11-yard line. It's 2nd and 15 for the Sabres. Bird under center, a run up the middle, and now breaking loose is their halfback. Spinning and falling is Ambrosier, but he gains 28 yards all the way up to the 38-yard line for the Sabres. That is huge after that big holding call.
Yeah, that's one way to bounce back there for the Sabres. Jackets need to get back on D here and rally the troops and get another stop.
So a couple of big holes so far for the Sabres. Their offensive line doing exactly what they need to do to open it up. Ambrosier back behind Bird. A tight formation. Now the snap up the middle. Ambrosier is stopped right there.
Ball carried by number 28, Jonah Ambroser.
A great tackle made by Gus Knowlton.
Great play by Gus Knowlton getting up the field there to disrupt that run, causing a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11 here for the Sabres.
And Knowlton's one of those guys that is going to be leaned on heavily in this Blue Jacket defense. He's committed to Augustana Division II football after this season.
Yeah, the Jackets don't have a lot of size up front, so they really need him to step up in 2025.
Motion the snap to Bird. He hands it off to the wingback, and he's stuffed right there. Another fantastic play, and once again, it's Gus Knowlton blowing things up in the backfield.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to be saying his name a lot tonight and all season. 3rd and 12 for the Sabres, so it's a passing down. We'll see what their passing offense looks like here. I would expect them to look at their Division I tight end, Peyton Allen.
Yeah, he's a huge presence up the middle and always a threat. So far, they've had 5 passing downs, now 3rd and 12. 5 rushing downs, rather. 3rd and 12. The snap. Here's a pass. Bird lofts it up, and now an interception. That is Lillemole. Anders Lillemole leaped up from the linebacker position and made the grab. The Blue Jackets with a turnover on downs. They'll be coming back on offense at about their 40-yard line.
What a great play by Lillemole. You could see the Sabres were setting up a screen. They let the defensive line go through, and Lillemole did not bite and held his ground and was able to make the jumping interception. Great play by Anders Lillemole and a great defensive stand for the Jackets.
Salmonson back out there at quarterback. Receiver left, receiver right. Takes the snap, hands it off. That's Copeland, who has some trouble in the backfield. He's just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he does. A tough run. It looked like he might be stopped for a loss of a few, but he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Pedersen there for the Sabres did a nice job of stringing that play out to the sideline and waiting for the cornerback, number 21, Brady Thompson, to come up and make the play.
Sometimes it's those small plays where you can turn a loss into a gain of a couple yards that can make the difference. The Blue Jackets trying to keep this offense rolling. Salmonson back in the shotgun position, hands it off to the wingback. That's Andrews, who has some speed and gains a few on the edge down that near side sideline. We've seen a lot of misdirection from this Blue Jackets offense early. That's something that Geisler likes to bring in his fast tempo offensive play calling.
Yeah, the goal is to get their speed guys out on the edges with that misdirection, whether that be Knox Andrews or Copeland or Zebarth.
Here's a pitch over to Copeland on the right side. He gains a lane, and he's going all the way to the 15, but flags in the backfield. He had a burst there around the edge, but unfortunately this might be coming all the way back for the Blue Jackets. Looks like the type of flag that you usually see on a holding call.
This is our 6th penalty already tonight, I believe. So you can tell first game jitters, some nerves.
So multiple holding penalties on the Blue Jackets, and they're going to have to move back to the 42. 3rd and 12. 2 receivers to the right of Salmonson. Copeland in the backfield. Pistol formation. Salmonson takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now move back to pass. Throws over the middle. And is that intercepted? Yes, it is. Wow, that was wrestled for right at the first down line and grabbing it.
Logan staying with the interception, 43, I believe. And it looked like the Cambridge receiver kind of fell on the ground and I thought at first the Cambridge receiver had it, but he was laying on the ground, and the Sabres just took it kind of right out of his hands as he's going down. Great defensive play by the Sabres. Great defensive stop.
Yeah, it was a great adjustment by the Blue Jackets receiver there, but just a nice play all around defensively, staying able to wrestle it away. Now a pitch back and a fumble in the backfield. Picking it up is Berg, and he's going to try to run it himself. He'll gain 8 on the play. A fantastic adjustment there from Alex Bird, one of the captains for Sartell.
Good smart play by Bird, picking it up and just trying to get something out of nothing, and was able to gain 5 on the play.
Yeah, went out of bounds at the 32, so a gain of 5 rather. And we see a lot of this option offense from the Sabres. Very compact formation. Now the hand up the middle, and Ambrosier gains 2. The defensive line so far for the Blue Jackets has looked impressive.
Ambrosier brought down by 78. Max Brahota. 2-yard gain will make it 3rd down.
Max Brahota for the Jackets on the stop there. Yeah, that first read to Ambrosier has not really developed much, but they need to keep running that play so it'll open up the inside. They want the defense to continue to drive in the inside, to open up the outside.
Here's the snap. Bird looking to run, and he'll take it himself for the first down, a gain of 5. See, that's that option offense from the Sabres. Bird doing a nice job of gaining the yardage he needed. He saw a lane, and he took it.
Looked like Henry Pearson made the stop there for the Jackets, and that's a great run by Bird, driving to get that first down.
3 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first quarter here on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, custom light force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. So here's a run up the middle, and Knott is taken down after a gain of 4, but there's a flag down, and it looks like this will be coming back.
Tate Lyons on the play there for the Jackets, making the stop.
Once again, another holding call. This is the 3rd holding call of the game. And it was another one of those outside runs for the Sabres. It seems like that's been kind of an issue for them on those outside runs. They try to gain the edge, but end up holding one of the ends, and that results in them losing yardage. So they're all the way back to the 30-yard line. They've got to get to the 49, so 1st and 19 here. Bird under center, motion, hands up the middle. No, he fakes it, takes it himself, and he will get a few yards on that outside edge. A little bit of chippiness going on towards that Blue Jackets sideline.
Yeah, good play right there. Good hard hit by Tate Westfall, and Knox Andrews making the stop. It's hard for us sitting up here to know who has the ball sometimes, because it certainly looked like that was going to Ambrosier, and Bird just kept it and got around the corner for a few yards, but good defensive play there by Andrews and Tate Westfall.
The defense knew what to do. This is very much a triple option offense from the Sabres, and Westfall read that beautifully. Another motion here. Bird fakes the hand up the middle, now passes it over to Pius, who is dropped for a loss of 5. That was blown up.
Looks like that was Anders Larson with the pitch there, and another loss. So it's going to be 3rd and about 22 for the Sabres. And this is not their style, right? I mean, nobody's got plays for 3rd and 22, but they really want to keep it tight formation and not really want to pass. But they're going to have to probably spread out with some wide receivers here, which is not what they normally want to do.
We've really only seen one true passing play from this Sabres offense so far.
And it was intercepted.
As Bird takes a snap, some pressure on the defense, and that's knocked away. That was number 78, Prehorda. Nice play up the middle.
So the Sabres have tried that screen pass twice now. One was intercepted, and the other one was knocked down by the defensive lineman. And the linemen for the Sabres are doing what they're supposed to do. You let the defensive line go through, and you lob the ball right over their heads to the running back. But the Jackets are doing a great job defensively as the Sabres go back to punt. and that's Jackson Knott to do the punting here tonight for the Sabres.
Over to receive the kick is Knox Andrews and Jackson Zebarth. And it looks like there'll be a false start on the Sabres, so delay of game rather. Another penalty here in the first quarter. That is number 8 between these two teams.
Yeah, and 6 already on the Sabres.
So, 4th and a very long ways. The snap, the punt, that's a good one, end over end. And neither Andrews nor Zebarth will be able to corral it. Takes a nice Sabres hop over to the 30-yard line. And so it'll be a 70-yard march to the Blue Jackets end zone if they want to score once again here in the first quarter. 1:53 remaining in quarter number 1 on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
It's been an interesting first half, right? We've had some couple turnovers. We've had some big plays. We've had some penalties, big plays called back. I think this is probably what you typically would see for a first game against two teams who struggled last year, who are desperate for a win to start the year.
Both these teams have had their moments, an interception for both sides so far. As here's the snap. Direct snap to Copeland, who's trying to find a lane up the middle. He gains 2. Try to cut back and get back up the middle after looking to that outside, but nothing there. The Sabres defense hasn't looked that bad. It's just been the penalties really that have helped the Blue Jackets out in that first drive. And
yeah, the pass interference was big, right? That was big. They had I think it was 2nd and 15, and then the pass interference happened, and those are killers.
Once again, another Wildcat offense formation. Copeland back up the gut, and he toughs it out, bouncing off of defenders right by that first down marker, and he does get it. It looks like they'll move the chains. Be 1st and 10 from the 42.
Good hard run there from Copeland. He had a great year last year, and you can count on the Jackets to really count on him to lead the backfield throughout the year here.
Another Wildcat offense. Copeland looking to pass it this time, and he'll just throw it away. A smart play. So a new look for this offense. Copeland taking all 3 snaps. And he's not normally a guy that's going to take those snaps, but Wildcat offense to start this drive, and the Blue Jackets really changing things up here.
Yeah, the Jackets have 2 quarterbacks that we'll see throughout the season, Westfall and Salmonson, but neither one of them is in the game on this possession here for the Jackets. They've got one of the running backs. Now it looks like Andrews may be taking the snap here.
Wildcat back to Copeland. He tries it up the gut, nowhere to go. A gain of 2, 3rd and 8, and now we'll see if they go to one of their quarterbacks. It looks like Salmonson will come back into the game.
Great play right there by Pedersen. He had great defensive line penetration, and Copeland really had nowhere to go.
So maybe more of a traditional offensive setup once again here for the Blue Jackets. Salmonson back in the pistol formation. Copeland behind him. 2 receivers to the right. 1 to the left. Mason McKinnon, the kicker right now, is in the game at receiver. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So they'll let it run down, take some extra time to talk over this play call. 3rd and 8. Right now, the Blue Jackets lead it over the Sabres, 7-0. We're headed to the second quarter after this short break.
Traditions are passed down, and we learn what is important. The value of a dollar,
want to be
the
celebrated.
importance
A
of
church
family.
service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone. Or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community.
Welcome back here to Cambridge-Isanti High School to start the second quarter. Jackets start the ball at the 46-yard line. Salmonson back to pass. Pass is complete. Looks like it'll be enough for a Jacket first down to Andrews. Good play right there by Salmonson, finding Andrews and just getting enough for the first down.
Yeah, Andrews in the slot there was wide open. A ton of separation on that play, and that's exactly what the Blue Jackets needed. There was some pressure up the middle, but smart play from Salmonson, and they get the first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Sabres' 47-yard line. Copeland in the backfield. Salmonson in the pistol formation. Hand off to Andrews, the wing, getting around the left edge, picking up about 4 on the play before the Sabres stop him. It'll be 2nd down and about 6 from the 43-yard line.
Andrews just so much burst. He's so quick on the edges. You saw it on that receiving play, and then once again here in that wingback spot, able to take that jet sweep and gain those critical 5 yards that you need on first down.
Yeah, 2nd down and about 6 here, long 5. Salmonson in the pistol, Copeland in the backfield. Pitch to Copeland, he's going right edge. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 41, but another flag on the play.
Yeah, that's been the story of the night so far for both sides. Flag number 9 between these two teams. 3 of them on the Blue Jackets, 6 of them on the Sabres.
It's really helpful here at Cambridge. The officials have a mic, which helps us really understand what's happening here. So we have a holding on the Jackets. It'll be a spot foul. So it will be 2nd down and about 15-ish from the Jackets' 48-yard line.
The Jackets have looked good so far in these situations. They've had some trouble where they moved back, but they've been able to figure things out on the passing downs and gain the big yardage that they've needed. We'll see if Salmonson can keep it steady in the pocket and find his receivers once again.
Salmonson the pistol. You got Zebarth going in motion, and we have another flag on the play.
This time it looked like delay of game once again. Another miscue from the Blue Jackets. That'll move them back even farther.
Yeah, I think early in the season we're going to see that more often probably. Late in the season, kids will have an understanding of what they're trying to do as coaches here. Salmonson back in the pistol. You've got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Copeland in the backfield. Zebarth in motion. Salmonson back to pass, looking left. Passes over the middle, intended for
Jackson Zebarth down there.
Jackson Zebarth is one of the fastest kids in the state, and it's going to be hard for any quarterback to hit him in in stride. And so you could see Zebarth had to come back a little bit for that pass.
Yeah, he basically stopped in his tracks. That would have been a first down. Not a terrible throw. Like you said, Zebarth, one of the faster guys on this squad and in the state. Got a lot of separation there, but had to slow down just enough where it made that catch tough. Nearly pulled it down, though, with one hand.
Yeah, we got 3rd and 20 here. Salmonson back to pass here. Copeland in the backfield. Salmonson back to pass, looking left. Running around the backfield. Oh, great play. They ruled it a fumble on the play, recovered by the Sabres. And they are going to take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
It looked like Salmonson, as he was getting hit, tried to pull it down, but put it against his right hip. And that was just loose enough where it came loose right before he hit the ground. It was bang, bang right there at the 33-ish yard line. But then they ruled it a fumble, like you said, and Sabres able to recover, gain a couple of extra yards, and they're at the 25 now. This could be a huge turn of events.
Yeah, Salmonson's just trying to make something happen there and held the ball probably a little bit too long before the defense could come up and make the play. Here we go, Bird under center. Tight formation for the Sabres. Ambroise with the carry. Picks up about 3 on the play to the 22-yard line.
Ambrose has been their go-to back there. He's taken most of the carries for the Sabres so far here tonight.
Yeah, they really expect him to pick up the short yards, but our defensive line has really shut down that first handoff before they go to their second read. So here we go, tight formation again. Receiver out to the left for the Sabres. Bird under center.
Ball again carried by Jonah Ambrosia.
Again, Ambrose on the carry. Short gain on the play, and another great job by the defensive line. It'll be 3rd and 5 here for the Sabres, right at the 20-yard line. It's 8:55 to go here in the second quarter from Cambridge-Isanti High School.
This is just enough yardage here where it makes it a little bit tricky. I'm assuming the Sabres are thinking 2 downs here. They want to use both the 3rd and 4th down to get this first and move into the red zone. They're right outside the red zone right now.
Bird under center. He's back to pass. He gets hit hard on the throw and throws it to the end zone, and nobody is there.
The closest man was Knox Andrews, nearly made an over-the-shoulder interception.
I think he was just trying to loft it up to their Division I tight end, Peyton Allen there. He had people in his face. There's not much he could do on that. Great job again by the Jackets defensive line, and it's 4th down and 5. From the 20. I like you, Tyler. I'm surprised they didn't just try to go back to Ambrose there and pick up a few yards and then go for it on 4th, and now it's 4th and 5.
Well, the passing offense has not been successful so far for the Sabres. They found their best success in those run pitch options.
Bird back to pass on 4th and 5. Great line penetration here by the Jackets, and he's sacked for a loss.
That is Griffin Costeca with the sack, and what a huge play defensively for the Blue Jackets. They gave up the fumble, but what a stop.
Great play by the Jackets. Great defensive stand there, and the Jackets are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
All right, so the Jackets looking to kind of shift the momentum back their way. A huge defensive stop, but they need to get things going, get the wheels turning on offense. We haven't seen much success since that first drive, so we'll see if there's anything different in quarter number 2.
Salmonson with the pitch. Copeland to the right side. Short gain on the play. Great job here by the Sabres stretching out that play. That's number 64 on the stop. Duke Gaines. Good play there for the Sabres. It'll be 2nd and 9 now for the Jackets, and looks like we're going to stay with Salmonson. We saw Copeland run the pistol formation at quarterback early on here, but we got Salmonson in the game. We got Copeland in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, including Zebarth to the right. Zebarth in motion. Oh, what a weird play that was. Zebarth ends up with the ball. Good play by the Jackets. Maybe got a little bit lucky there, huh, Tyler?
Yeah, it was a bad snap up high, tipped by Salmonson, and Zebarth was able to adjust just enough to pull it down, and there was an opening at the perfect time for Zebarth just to shoot up the middle and gain 9 yards. 3rd and 1. What a fortunate play for the Blue Jackets offense.
Little luck on their side here. To start the 2025 season, it is 3rd and 1 now for the Jackets. You've got Mason McKinnon out wide here to the right. That's kind of his role here, wide receiver out wide. We got Salmonson in the backfield in the pistol formation. Pitch to the left of Copeland. He goes around the edge, and that is going to be close.
Yeah, that is right.
And the officials are stopping the clock. Looks like he went out of bounds, and we are going to wait to see until the ball gets placed here.
That is right there at the first down marker. We'll see. Did they get it? They might have to pull out the lines here. Nope.
Oh.
They'll signal first down. So just enough by maybe an inch there.
Yeah, you see the Sabre coach over there talking to the sideline official, probably requesting some type of a measurement. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Salmonson in the pistol formation. Hand off to Copeland, right up the gut. Picks up about 3 yards on the carry. Number 67, Carter Allen on the tackle for the Sabres.
The Sabres have done a nice job defensively of containing these speedy wingbacks and running backs from the Blue Jackets. Not a ton of huge plays besides that big catch in the first quarter. We've seen gains of about 5 or 6, but nothing too big for this Blue Jackets offense yet.
2nd down and 8. They're going to go right back to Copeland up the gut. He breaks free. Oh, looks like he maybe had a face mask grab there or a helmet grabbed, and he picks up about 6 on the play. Yeah, both teams offensively haven't really had much going. The Jackets scored on that first possession, but were really helped by penalties from the Sabres.
Yeah, that one drive was certainly their best drive. Like you said, helped out by penalties, but it seems like they had things clicking. And this drive feels somewhat similar. They're finding ways to gain yardage and get just enough. Now 3rd and 3. This will be a true test at the 48.
Hand off to Andrews. He's up the middle. Oh, good last-second effort there. Knox Andrews picks up the Jacket first down. Good second effort for Andrews to get that first down.
Just a smart play as a ball carrier, being able to fall forward like that and gain the extra yard or two. Sometimes this game can be a game of inches, and a beautiful job by Andrews.
1st and 10, Salmonson with the pitch to the left. Copeland running out wide left. He's tackled down. Great play out there by number 3 for the Sabres. That's Mike Hammock. Pickup of about 2 on the play. It looked like Copeland was going to gain a few more yards, but Hammock made a great play.
Yeah, nearly got the edge. Like you said, Hammock just diving at the legs, able to trip him up at the last second and keep it from being a big gain. And those are the plays that have kept the Sabres in this one. They've played great defensively. They just haven't really been able to figure things out offensively. And
timeout by the Sabres, and we'll take a short break. We'll be back in a few minutes for 2nd down and 9 for the Jackets.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Welcome back to Cambridge-Isanti High School. Looking up at the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, it shows Cambridge-Isanti 7 and the Sartell Sabres 0 with 4:18 to go here in the second quarter. The Jackets are on the drive here. It is 2nd down and about long 8, we'll call it, from the Sabres 46-yard line. We have Salmonson playing quarterback tonight. We thought we might see some Westfall, but it's been all Salmonson so far. Copeland in the backfield. Copeland, Salmonson back to pass, looks right for Zebarth, and it falls incomplete. The pass was just a little bit high there for Zebarth, but great defensive play there by the Sabres. Number 5, Spencer Brinkenhoff.
Yeah, Zebarth had the inner edge, but it was tight right there on the outside, and Salmonson not able to hit Zebarth in stride. And so now a long 3rd down
And I wonder if the Jackets would consider maybe going for this as well on 4th down. We'll see what kind of play call they come up here, maybe pick up a few yards. So it looks like we're going to have Salmonson in the pistol formation. Copeland just to his left. We have Andrews and Zebarth out to the right. Salmonson back to pass. Good job by the offensive line. Oh, looks like pass was intended for number 6. For number 9, Devin Olson, the tight end. Looks like the Sabres may have gotten there a little early, but there's no call on the play.
That was in and out of the hands of Devin Olson. One of the better passes we've seen from Salmonson so far. A beauty.
Yeah, it was a great pass there by Salmonson. He looks good passing the football tonight. It's 4th down and 9 here. We've got number 70, Dominic Olson, back to punt here for the Jackets. And this is the Jackets' first punt of the game, I believe. Trying to get a number on the returner for the Sabres.
Looks like that is number 21, Brady Thompson, back there.
And the Jackets, I believe, are going to take a delay of game here.
Not the worst delay of game. They want to make this more puntable range. It very easily could go into the end zone if you're punting from about the 43-yard line, which is where they were, and now they're back to the 49 of their own side. So
looks like it's going to be 4th and 14 now, punting from the 49-yard line. And our punter, Olson, is standing at the 36-yard line. And that punt sails out of bounds. Not sure where the officials will mark it. Maybe at about the 30-yard line-ish. And that is where, oh, wow, the official moved way up to the 34-yard line. And that's where the Sabres will take over 1st and 10. Once again, looking at the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, it's 7-0 Cambridge. Embrace Orthodontics, their board-certified orthodontists, are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracem-n.com. Embrace Orthodontics is one of our great sponsors for all East Central Minnesota athletics. We a special thank you to all of our sponsors for bringing all the area games tonight. Larson on the carry there for the Sabres. Short game on the play. Lillimo on the stop. It'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 2nd and 10 still from the 34-yard line.
Lillimo has been so good in that outside linebacker spot. He has an interception already, some tackles for loss. That tough tackle right there. He has been so impressive for this defense for the Blue Jackets.
Bird under center. Fakes the pitch to the right, passes it to number 28. That is Ambrose, and that is incomplete. Great defensive play again, and another example of the Sabres just struggling to pass the ball tonight.
Yeah, that wasn't the worst pass in and out of the hands, but Tainton Westfall with a beeline towards the receiver there. Westfall with some great coverage, able to hit the receiver in the back, Ambrose, and lost control, and now a long 3rd and 10. Once again, another beautiful example of this defensive line for the Blue Jackets. They make a huge stop. It'll be 4th down and 14.
Yeah, 4th and 14 here for the Sabres. We're going to see Zebarth head back to return the punt. I want to see Zebarth get in the open field here. I want to see him show off his speed as the Sabres are making some substitutions here to bring on the punt team.
2:45 left on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
Looks like Jackson Knott is back to punt here for the Sabres.
It'll be crunch time for the Blue Jackets, as we've got some whistles blowing.
And another penalty on the play. False start here on the Sabres. They'll back up 5 yards and they'll punt again.
So the false start moves the Sabres back. That'll help in the yardage battle the Blue Jackets returners are set up back at about the 35, 37-yard line. Here's the punt, a sky ball.
Oh, he went for it. Zebarth came up, tried to catch it. It bounced off his shoulder pads, and fortunately, it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that easily could have gone the way of the Sabres, and they could have had a huge change of fortune, but luckily for the Blue Jackets, they get a good bounce, and they'll start a drive with 2:24 on the clock. And their offense is built for these situations, the high-tempo offense, trying to make some big plays. It looks like Tayton Westfall will be out at quarterback for the first time so far tonight.
Yes, we have Westfall in the pistol formation. Copeland just to his left. And here comes Zebarth in motion. Westfall on the carry straight up the field. He's brought down at about the 49-yard line. Great job there by the Sabre defensive line. Short gain on the play. We'll call it a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Looks like an injury timeout here.
ICAR and ASE certified. Hones Auto Body and Glass in Moria is recommended by insurance companies. Had an accident? Let Hones Auto Body and Glass can fix you up. All right, we have an injury on the field. We'll take a short break. We'll be back shortly with 2:07 to go here in the second quarter.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org. Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovery.
We are back here at Cambridge-Isanti High School looking at the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard with 2:07 to go, and the Jackets have a 7-0 lead. So we saw Cambridge score on their first possession, and neither team has really been able to move the ball since then.
Yeah, the Blue Jackets with a long 2nd down.
2nd down and 8. Looks like Westfall is still in the game here. Gives to Zebarth, who was in motion, and Zebarth is kept in bounds, and he's brought down at about the 47-yard line. Looked like a dangerous play there, the way that he went down on that tackle.
Yeah, so often we can see guys injure their knees on those type of tackles that just take out the ankles, but it looks like Zebarth is okay. He'll be out there for the next play. And now passing down here for the Blue Jackets, and
it'll be 3rd down and about 6-ish from the 47-yard line. We have Westfall in the game. Copeland to his left. Westfall's in the pistol formation. Zebarth in motion. Fakes the Zebarth. Sets up the screen to Copeland, and just a little bit too high, and it falls incomplete to the ground.
Geisler yelling out punt. It looks like he'd rather play this conservative with the way that the Sabres offense has struggled. So moving back to boot this ball will be Dominic Olson once again.
Dominic Olson to punt. And the Sabres back to return is Brady Thompson. Olson's punt. It's a pretty good one here. It's going to roll. Oh, and Brady Thompson lets it roll, and the Jackets down it at about the 2-yard line. That's a long ways from here, but it looks like it's about the 2, Tyler.
I don't know. That might be the 1-yard line. Yeah, it looks like the 1-yard line down there on the goal line, and the Blue Jackets now with a great chance to maybe get this ball back even. They've got 3 timeouts. If they can stop the Sabres or maybe force a safety.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see maybe Geisler use his timeouts here and see if they can't force the Sabres to punt the ball here and give the Jackets great field position. and maybe give them an opportunity to score late in the game. So it's hard for us to see from our angle here. We're going to have the Sabres wide receivers out both sides. Bird under center. Looks like they just pounded it right up the middle here. Couldn't tell if Bird with the keeper. Very short gain, if any, on the play. And there it is, the timeout for the Jackets. And we'll keep it here during this timeout.
Yeah, the Sabres really wanted to avoid the safety, which is the worst case scenario in a situation like this. Maybe even trying to burn these timeouts from the Blue Jackets. I mean, if you're the head coach, Henches, for the Sabres, maybe you just want to give the ball back to the Blue Jackets with less time on the clock, no timeouts, and just avoid any mishaps here right by your end zone, because their offense is not built for the 1 minute drill. Their offense is a slow rolling 3 to 4 yard game offense. So maybe expect to see more of those runs up the gut and nothing too crazy from Bird and the offense for Sartell.
We've seen the Sabres only attempt a few passes tonight. One of them was intercepted, another one was knocked down by the defensive lineman, and the other one had defensive lineman in his face. I don't think they've had a complete pass tonight. They just want to avoid any damage here and try to get into the locker room with a 7-0 lead. Alex Bird under center for the Sabres. Looks like he's just going to tuck it and run just to his left. And I see some Jackets signaling safety. But let's see where the officials come in and mark the ball. Coach Geisler's also signaling safety. But it looks like that is the officials do not agree. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Sabres deep in their end zone.
I mean, it's literally placed on the goal line right now, maybe an inch off. And so Geisler is going to take a timeout with 1:01 remaining on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. And right now, Sartell is sitting on their goal line. If they lose any type of yardage here, it's a safety. And a punt is also going to be incredibly hard because they're only going to have that 7 yards of space. So a precarious position for Sartell. And the Blue Jackets looking to capitalize and maybe take a 10-0 or 14-0 or even 9-0 lead if they get the safety.
Yeah, I think the way that the passing's gone for the Sabres, they're going to look to give it to Ambrose right up the middle, or potentially Bird with a quick keeper. Try to pick up a few yards just to give their punter a little bit more room in the end zone here. Here we go, Sabres out of the timeout. That was the Jackets' second timeout of the half, by the way. We have one wide receiver left, and you can see the Sabres are keeping their formation tight here. Bird under center. Looks like he's going to keep it around the right edge. He picks up a few yards here. Tackled about the 9-yard line, and again, the Jackets are going to call their 3rd timeout of the half. And we will take a short break here real quick as well. We'll be back in a minute for the finish of the second quarter.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Hey there, Brad from News Pro Shop here. Are you?
All right, let's reset the action here on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. There's 54.3 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The Sabres have the ball 4th and 2, and their punter is going to be standing near the goal line. You've got Knox Andrews and Jackson Zebarth back to return the punt here for the Jackets.
Right now, Andrews and Zebarth sitting at about the 45-yard line.
Very high snap from the center. Doesn't give the kicker, the punter, much time at all. Oh, very fortunate bounce on the punt for the Sabres. And the Jackets will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. So if you were Coach Geisler here, Tyler, you got 43.5 seconds left. You have no timeouts. What do you want to accomplish here? What do you hope to do here?
Yeah, you want to look to the sidelines, especially for those big guys like McKinnon and maybe even Andrews from the slot, who's maybe taking an out route near the sideline. You want to look for maybe a 10 to 15-yard gain to start out this drive, get the momentum going. McKinnon does have a leg, so he could make a field goal if you can get into that red zone. We'll see. The Rush City Auto red zone has yet to be traveled by this Blue Jacket squad since that first quarter.
Yeah, here we go. We saw Salmonson successful early with some passing, but now we've got Westfall in the game at quarterback, and he keeps it up the middle. He's going to run for no gain on the play. So it looks like the Jackets here are going to be content to let this clock potentially run out and just head to the locker room. They are getting up to the line quickly. There's a loss of 2 on the play here. So we've got Westfall at quarterback and Copeland just to his left.
24 seconds left here.
Westfall back to pass. He looks deep to his right, and that is going to be intercepted by number 21 for the Sabres. It looks like the Jacket receivers ran into each other, and they're going to rule that interception inbounds by number 21 for the Sabres, Brady Thompson. So another turnover here. So the Sabres are going to take over 1st and 10 at about the 22-yard line of the Jackets.
Yeah, that was like a hold-your-breath type of play. The Blue Jackets just airing it out, looking for some sort of miracle down that right side. Unfortunately, like you said, the receivers kind of tripped each other up and nothing doing there. They were looking to get within field goal range. Only 13 and a half seconds left. We'll see what the Sabres can do.
We have a whistle here. Another flag on the play. Yeah, like you said, Tyler, the Rush City Auto red zone has been not used tonight. Yeah. Jackets got in there early in their first possession with the help of some Sabre penalties, but otherwise neither team has really mounted a long drive since that first possession.
Yeah, the Sabres offense especially has really struggled. The Blue Jackets offense has seemed to get going at times, but hasn't been able to mount a good drive since that touchdown scored by Copeland. They're just trying to stop the Sabres offense with 13 and a half seconds remaining.
Bird under center. He just looks like he ended up pitching it back here to number 32, Larson, and I believe, and he is stopped for a short gain, and I believe they're going to be content to let the clock run out, and that's the end of the first half with the Embrace Orthodontics showing the Jackets 7, the Sabres 0. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance and is found at Caswell Cycle in Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit CFMotoUSA.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like getting to Almost Yours gun and pawn and Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand? And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo. Ha, thanks, boys. I went to Almost Yours gun and pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Oh, okay.
I do love Almost Yours gun and pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Well, welcome back here at Cambridge-Isanti High School. George Larson Field. The Blue Jackets are winning 7-0 here at half, and we'll take a quick listen to an interview from Here's the Pitch. Here's the Pitch, a great stop in North Branch. We'll take a listen to the interview from their owner here in just a second.
From the Q Media Sports Department, here's a word with our friends at Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
Ethan Game Day Gilman here along with Adam Hefty, and we're now interviewing Jan Bernier of Here's the Pitch. Jan, thanks so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Give us a little bit of background on yourself.
I practiced law for 25 years and then completely burnt out. I had always wanted to open a batting cage, pitching training facility for baseball and softball, and my husband thought I was crazy. So I started looking for space, even though he wasn't completely on board, and then found the space in the Tanger Outlet Mall. So we did the build out ourselves with 5 friends and some family, and now we're 3 years in.
Does somebody get started in something like building batting cages? It seems unique in our area.
So the name of Here's a Pitch comes from the fact that my grandfather loved baseball, but he had glaucoma and macular degeneration, and so he listened to baseball games. And we listened to baseball games with him growing up. He loved baseball. My uncle played baseball, loved baseball. My mom wasn't ever able to because women didn't play in those days, but she started the softball league for us when we were kids. So a love of the game, I guess, is the reason why. And then we were so happy when our daughter decided that fast pitch was her thing. Like, it's her game. She plays in college now, so it's her thing, but we grew up playing baseball and softball. No, she's still continuing to play, so she's a sophomore in college now.
And you talk about building it yourselves. What was that experience like to be able to do that with the people around you?
Thankfully, I have brothers-in-law who are really handy, so we change out every single light in the facility. The ownership has changed 3 times for the mall, and so we didn't have a lot of help from the ownership on the build-out. They basically said, you're on your own. And we said, okay, we're fine. So one of my brothers-in-law rehung every light to LED. My other brother-in-law tried to fix the furnace. And like everything else, we tore down studs. We have some friends, great friends, who were there every step of the way, like tearing out sheetrock and steel 2x4s, and so we could remove some walls. So great friends, but very few people and lots of long hours. But I'm thankful my husband and my daughter were on board, because I couldn't have done it by myself. But they were fantastic, and so were our friends.
Maybe take us back to maybe a month before your grand opening and then the month after your grand opening. What was that 2-month period like?
Lots of hours. Yeah. So we were still painting. We were still a company called On Deck Sports out of Savannah, Georgia, supplied everything for us. The netting, I had found them online. They had a great sales guy. My husband and I drew up a map of what the facility looked like, and he designed it sight unseen. And so a lot of that is hanging netting, which is super heavy, and laying turf. And we have a friend who has his own flooring business in North Branch. Ben's hometown flooring actually laid our turf. Our daughters have been friends since preschool, daycare actually. And so Ben stepped in and helped us lay turf. So it was laying turf, and then the night before we opened officially, we didn't let the high school softball team see the facility until the night before. And then we wanted to try it out. So we invited Kathy Crudo and the high school team over, and our daughter managed to put the first hole in the wall that night. So they did what they were supposed to do, tried it all out, loved it. Thankfully, they were on board with coming in. And then the month after was kind of crazy because, like, one of the things we really have trouble with is advertising, right? So a lot of the people that come to Here's a Pitch come by word of mouth. So a friend told them we existed. We weren't showing up on Google searches. So word of mouth. And so, but then people are like, then I started seeing baseball coaches. The athletic director from Cambridge came in. A coach from Chisago came in. Like, really, you're here? Forest Lake started coming. So it was really kind of crazy and good crazy. Yeah.
Speaking of the place itself, the batting cages, talk about a little bit about the batting cages and how many are there in the spot?
So we have 5 cages. We have 6,000 square feet of turf, 5 cages, but we can open all of them up so it creates an open space. We do have 2 columns in the middle that hold the roof up, which you can't do anything about. But teams come in all the time, and we can do a ton of different setups for teams. We have a really complicated setup for a club softball team that comes from November to February, and a simple setup for an 8U. We have an 8U team that comes from Cambridge, and most of them are just learning to hit. So versus like trying to field and throw and pitch all in the same thing, and we can do all that. But it's 5 cages, everything opens. We have 2 batting machines. So we have a baseball pitching machine. We have a fast pitch machine. A fast pitch machine, I get asked this all the time. Can you use it for slow pitch? Yes, we can. We can pull it all the way back and try to create an arc. It's probably not quite the same as outside, but we can do it.
Sort of compare your expectations to where you thought you would be at this point when you first opened versus where you are now. What does that look like?
I can't say I had huge expectations because I didn't open it to make $1 million. I opened it because opportunities in the North Metro don't exist for kids. We drove 47 miles one way to find a place for our kid to pitch or to hit or to find training. And so it's all about opportunities. Everything that I do is for opportunities for kids in the North Metro. And what I'm working on now, what I would love to see now is, now that I've been doing this a while, I see gaps in training, right? So in fast pitch softball, you have 8U, which is kid pitch or machine pitch. And then 8U kids go to 10U, and there is no machine pitch in 10U. So there's a gap in pitching training for kids who are moving from 8U to 10U. And if they're like our kid was told, go find a pitching coach. And so I would like to fill that gap, right? I'd like to be the place where they can come learn the mechanics of pitching. And pitching isn't a thing where our kid's a pitcher, so personal experience from 9 years old to now 19. It's something they have to work on all the time. And that's true on the baseball side as well. It's not something you can just set aside for 6 months and not do. And so I would like, now that we've identified the gaps, fill the gaps with training.
Is that everything that you would like to talk about this time around? We'll definitely have you in again.
Yeah, I appreciate it so much. Like you guys and Matt have just come up with this idea, so I appreciate it so much. Advertising is absolutely the hardest thing for us, and so exposure, letting people know that we're here without them finding us in Google and then never calling, right? It's awesome that you guys are willing to do this for us.
Absolutely. We enjoy it. And of course, we'll be talking with you throughout the rest of the fall sports season as well. We look forward to that. But again, I just want to thank you so much for coming in to do this first interview, and can't wait to talk to you a little bit more throughout the season.
Sounds fantastic. Thank you.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit kettleriverpizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Hey Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Welcome back here for Blue Jacket football. We've got
For ticket information, please visit Cambridge-Isanti School's webpage or visit the home.
Welcome back here. The Blue Jackets lead it 7-0 over the Sabres. It's been a solid back and forth game so far. Chris, give us a look at this halftime scoreboard report.
Yeah, so just some area scores happening tonight. We'll start with the Golden Gopher football team. Gophers are up 7-0 on Buffalo. Hibbing and Pine City are battling tonight. Hibbing's up 13-0. A team that both of these schools tonight here, Cambridge and Sartell, are going to be familiar with is Elk River. They're losing to Bemidji tonight. Elk River is the reigning state champions in 5A. They're losing 26-20 to Bemidji. Ogilvie and Silver Bay are battling tonight. I have no score from them. Mora and Proctor will be in action tomorrow. Chisago Lakes is playing Hill Murray tonight. I just got a score on the Bram game here. Let me check out. Bram is up 50-0 at half over East Central.
Wow.
So Bram is looking good early in the 2025 season here. And Watertown Mayor leads Malacca 14-0 in that game.
Both squads coming out here from the tunnels as the Blue Jackets looking to come out hot. They did end up winning the coin toss and elected to receive and scored a touchdown to start off the first half. Since then, there's been no scoring. Both defensives doing a nice job of halting any forward progress. And we've seen some miscues from both sides, especially in the penalty department, as we had something like 12 penalties in that first half.
Yeah, both teams, first game of the year, want to get off to fast starts. They were a little bit nervous to start the game, and that showed in the first half. I think that's pretty common to start the year for teams that want to come out fast and get a big win to be a little nervous and to make some mistakes in the early season.
The Blue Jackets do start with a lead, though. It is 7-0 on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. And this is the Hones halftime break presented by Hones right in Mora. And they have a state-of-the-art facility with over 44-plus years of experience getting vehicles back on the road. iCar and ASE certified Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora is recommended by insurance companies.
Either one.
Had an accident? Let Hones Auto Body and Glass. They know they can fix you up. Hail damage? Get your vehicle over to Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. In fact, many insurance companies recommend Hones. They'll get you fixed right up. Hones Auto Body and Glass, with over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. They're family owned and operated, and they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora. Big city quality auto repair right in Mora.
So we have the Rush City Auto Red Zone that really has only been in play here for the Jackets' first possession, and both teams really did a great job defensively to not allow any big plays, and neither offense has really gotten anything going since the first possession. And like we said, the red zone has only been in play for that first possession. So, Tyler, what are the keys here for Sartell in the second half?
The Sartell offense just hasn't been able to move the ball. We haven't seen many big gains from the Sabres. Only one gain of over 10 yards in the first half. That was a nice outside run, but besides that, it's been a struggle to get things going offensively. Obviously, their offense is more centered around the triple option, which doesn't often create a whole lot of big gains. But with that being said, big gains are kind of what get you the momentum in high school football, and we've seen the Blue Jackets take advantage of some big gains, but the Sabres have yet to do that.
Yeah, one thing that we had a lot of in that first half by Cambridge-Isanti is the A&W hometown handoff. And that's presented by A&W in Pine City. Grab a frosty root beer float, a juicy cheeseburger, or a savory mushroom and Swiss burger. A&W is rooting for all the players tonight. Good luck, teams. So, Tyler, what are the keys now for the Jackets in the second half to maintain this 7-0 lead and to start their 2025 season with the W?
Well, Anders Lillemo has been probably the best player on this Blue Jackets squad defensively so far. He and Gus Knowlton have wreaked havoc on this Sartell Sabres offense. Lillemo with several tackles for loss, an interception, and he's just been a spark plug defensively. A key, though, is going to be this passing offense for the Blue Jackets. We've only seen a few successful passing plays.
Yeah, with that being said, I'm curious to see who gets the quarterbacking here in the second half. You saw Salmonson started the game, looked pretty good, completed a few passes, and you saw Westfall end the second quarter for the last 2 or 3 possessions there. We also saw Westfall make some plays on the defensive side of the ball as well. So that will be something I'll be curious to watch here to see what Coach Geisler decides to do here. So the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here shows halftime is almost over. The teams are huddling up on their sidelines. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for the start of the second half.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada.
A pawn shop.
Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
We're back here at Cambridge-Isanti High School, getting ready for the start of the second half here between the Jackets and the Sartell Sabres. The Jackets lead 7-0 to start our third quarter. The Jackets actually won the toss, and they chose to receive in the first half. So they'll be kicking off here to the Sabres, and we are going to have Mason McKinnon doing the kicking again for the Jackets.
McKinnon with some nice boots in the first half. We'll see if he continues that here in half number 2.
The kick drops at about the 20-yard line, picked up by the Sabres. He returns the ball to the left side and is knocked out of bounds. Good return there by number 32 for the Sabres, Anders Larsens. So the Sabres have to be happy with that. They're going to be starting the second half here with pretty good field position.
More flags on the play. First play of the second half, and once again, the story of the game has been that penalty.
It sounds like that was a common theme in the first half was penalties, and we have another penalty here on the Sabres. So that's going to push them back to start their offensive possession here.
First and 10 for the
Yeah, that's a huge difference in yardage. That was a gain of almost 40 on that kick return, and instead they're back to the 20-yard line. I mean, that's 20 yards difference there for the Sabres, and that's not going to bode well for this offense that hasn't been doing a whole lot so far this first half.
So we've seen the Sabres in a very tight formation here with their quarterback, Alex Bird, leading the way.
Bird really one of those.
Not sure what the delay is here. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Sabres from the 20.
Bird, one of those more athletic quarterbacks, as Henches, the head coach for the Sabres, was having an animated conversation. Probably didn't love that holding call. That's like we said, a difference of 20 yards, and that's a big difference when your offense is really sputtering so far in this game.
All right, here we go. Sabres to start the second half here. Bird under center. Handoff, I believe that is Ambroise on the play. Short gain on the play, gain of about 3 yards on the play. Carries it out to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, this time went to the pitch play, tried to get outside with it. We'll see those different reads from Bird, trying to gauge whether they can run it back up the middle or run the pitch on the outside. When an option offense is really working, you can see some big gains on those outside pitches, but the Blue Jackets doing a nice job of adjusting.
Here we go, Bird back under center. Looked like an I formation there, and it looked like Bird with the keeper. He's going to be tackled for a loss of 1. And a continuation of the first half, a great play by the Jacket defensive line.
Yeah, so that'll actually be a sack. I believe that was Kostecka on the play. That'll be his second sack of the game. Somewhat of an undersized interior lineman, but he's quick and able to get through this Sartell offensive line. So a big play in 3rd and long, exactly what you don't want to see if you're head coach Henches for Sartell.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 here. Hill under center. He pitched to the left. He's getting out wide around the edge. Good run here by the Sabres. He's brought down at about the 32-yard line. And that will be a first down here for the Sabres. That was Ambroise on the carry. He picks up the first down. We have not seen a lot of him get out wide. He's usually the guy that is the fullback and taking the first read right up the middle.
I was about to say the same thing. They haven't used Ambrose in that way very much so far this game, but that's their second play of 10-plus yards, and some good fortune for Sartell.
Hill under center. He drops back. He's looking to pass. Passes it over the middle, and it is complete. Catching the ball on his knees. He's down on contact there. That is the first completion of the game for the Sabres. So the Sabres have a little momentum here going right now.
Yeah, that was one of just 2 complete passes on the game for Alex Bird. That one goes for 5 yards, or 6 yards rather, and yeah, 2 bigger gains for this Sartell offense. They're finding their tempo, and that's huge with the style of offense that they run.
All right, here we go. Bird under center. Running back goes in motion. Pitch to the motion man. He's getting out wide around that corner, and we have another flag on the play. That was 32 Larson on the carry. But like I said, we have a flag on the play, and it looks like it's in the Sartell backfield.
They're pointing the way of the Blue Jackets defense. Both teams.
Look like it might be encroachment here on the Jackets. We have the handy-dandy ref mic here that will help us out.
Oh, it was holding.
Holding on the Sabres. Another penalty on the Sabres, and that will back them up 10 yards. It'll be a spot foul. So we are looking at 2nd down and about 14. The ball is spotted at about the 27-yard line. This is not where the Sabres want to be. They want to run the ball. They want to run it up the middle. 2nd down and 13. Bird under center. Goes out wide. Quick pass to the right. And it falls out of bounds just off the fingertips over there on the far sideline. And it will be 3rd and 14 for the Sabres. And this is where we've seen the Sabres struggle all night.
Yeah, they've found ways to get some big gains in this drive, but that holding penalty once again coming back to bite them, and a huge 3rd down here. They need to find a way to air it out and gain some critical yards.
Yeah, they only have 1 completion all game here. We got 2 wide receivers out wide. To the left, 1 to the right. Bird back to pass, fakes the pitch, sets up the screen over the middle. And he picks up, passes complete for a short game on the play to Jackson, not number 1. That's the 2nd completion of the game for the Sabres. It goes for about 3 yards, and it will be 4th down and about 10 for the Sabres. A great defensive play, great defensive stop there for the Jackets. Just as the Sabres were gaining a little momentum here, another penalty sets them back.
Yeah, those penalties have been the key to the game, both sides. We've talked about it quite a bit.
Sabres punt is blocked. It was tipped by the Jackets, but it was caught by Cole Arneson, and he returns the ball for a short gain on the play. And the Jackets are going to take over here with great field position. They're going to have the ball 1st and 10 from the Sabres' 44-yard line, it looks like. So the Jackets have great field position here to start the second half in their first possession.
Yeah, you need points out of this drive, whether that's getting into the Rush City Auto red zone and kicking a field goal or scoring a touchdown. Either way, you want to make this 2 possessions and make it tough on the Sartell offense.
All right, we got Westfall at quarterback. Zebarth in motion. That's been a common theme all night here. Westfall with the keeper to the left, and he is stood up for no gain on the play. So we were wondering who was going to come in at quarterback. We thought Salmonson played well early, but Westfall's getting the start here to start the 3rd.
Well, it seems like they run more of a keeper-style offense with Westfall. Salmonson, more of the traditional pocket passer quarterback so far tonight. We have seen Westfall throw 1 pass so far, but so far more of a rushing quarterback.
Westfall in the pistol formation. He gives it to the wingman, Knox Andrews. Good run there for Andrews up the middle. He's brought down at about the 36-yard line. Good gain for Andrews. It'll be about 3rd and a long 3 on the play. The Jackets looking to the sideline for the play call from Coach Geisler.
And you're in the spot of the field where you got 2 downs to get this 1st down, so nothing too crazy if you're Coach Geisler. Maybe a run back up the middle. We'll see.
We got Andrews at his usual wing spot. Westfall takes the snap, hands off to Copeland. Copeland runs wide to the right. He is knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. He picked up a couple on the play. It will be 4th down and short. Well, maybe there was no gain on the play, so it's going to be 4th down and 3 here for the Jackets, and no doubt they go for this. Yeah, they're going quick here. Quick.
Wildcat offense here.
We've seen Copeland get the snap here, as he does now. Copeland straight up the middle. Great push by the offensive line. They're going to pick up about 5 on the play. They needed 3, and that's a Jacket 1st down.
That was very similar to the touchdown that Copeland had earlier. Peyton Copeland, so good at that wildcat formation, taking the snap with a nice spin move on the outside and gaining 5, enough to get that critical 1st down.
Yeah, when the Jackets have needed the offensive line push, they've gotten it. Looks like we've got Westfall back into the game, I believe. Copeland to his left.
No, that'll be Zebarth and Copeland
Zebarth
back
and
there.
Copeland back there. So we'll see who's going to get the snap here. The snap goes to Copeland again. He goes off the right tackle, picks up a few on the play. Good hard hit there by the Sabres line. Pickup of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, tonight we've seen almost two different types of offenses here for the Blue Jackets. That Wildcat, which we're seeing right now, and then Westfall and Salmonson kind of switching out at quarterback, but even those two bring two different dynamics to the offense, so a lot of different looks for Geisler and the Blue Jackets.
All right, looks like we've got the pistol formation again, and the miscommunication on the snap, and it falls on the ground, and Knox Andrews is able to fall on the fumble on the play. Little miscommunication there. The Jackets had a player come on late and lined up in the fullback spot. Just confusion on that play, and we have an injury for the Sabres. So we'll take a short timeout here. We're looking at the Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. 5:43 to go here in the third. Jackets lead 7, Sabres 0.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 10. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
All right, we are back as the Jackets have the ball here. It'll be 3rd and 12 for the Jackets, so we're going to see quarterback Tayton Westfall back into the game. Copeland's going to be lining up to his left. We have looks like Knox Andrews out to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. Westfall takes the snap, looks right, goes deep, goes long for Zebarth. Looks caught by Zebarth. What a
wow!
Oh, excuse me, that was Knox Andrews with the catch. What a play, what a pass.
A diving catch. Chris, that could change the entire game right here. A phenomenal catch and a good pass, too. That was exactly where Westfall needed to place it.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Westfall really throw much with success, so big play right there. And now we've got Copeland taking the snap straight up the middle. He is stopped short of the goal line. So it'll be 2nd down and goal from about, is that the 1, Tyler? Looks like the 1 maybe.
Yep,
so,
right at the 1. They pretty much stopped right in his tracks, and they'll keep Wildcat.
We saw Copeland go right up the gut here on the first touchdown of the game, and I have a feeling it will be the same thing here. Takes the snap, looks like it's Copeland again, straight up the middle. No sign yet, no sign yet. We are on the opposite side of the press box from this goal line.
They're going to whistle it down just short. Looked like he gained a couple of inches there, but not quite enough. Still maybe half a yard to go, 3rd down.
Just short of the goal line here. Same formation here, everybody in tight. And we have a timeout on the field. Timeout, Sartell. We'll keep it here during this timeout. Looking at the Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard again, we have 4:36 here to go in the third. What do you think the Jackets are going to do here on 3rd down?
Well, they tried those runs up the gut. Nothing doing there. It looks like Westfall's going to walk over to the huddle and at least see what's going on. The Wildcat has been successful so far, but the Sabres doing a nice job standing them up on the goal line. You don't want to have to settle for a field goal if you're the Blue Jackets, but that might be the case. If for some reason the Blue Jackets are stopped right here, it'll be interesting to see what Geisler's call is. 4th down and maybe a couple of yards.
We have seen when the Jackets have really needed the offensive line to step up, they have. So let's see if that happens again here. We have everybody in tight here for the Jackets.
Under center is Grant Oliver.
Snap again. I am not sure who that went to. I would guess Copeland, but I'm not sure. And it looks like he was stopped short again. Copeland again on the carry, and he stopped short again. So big 4th down here for both teams.
Yeah, nothing doing up front for the Blue Jackets offensive line. The Sabres basically bringing just all defensive linemen out right now. I'm surprised we haven't seen any type of misdirection from Geisler so far. Maybe he does that here. Maybe he just shoves it right back up the gut. Again, they're going to go for it on fourth down.
You've got Big Grant Oliver in the fullback position. You've got Copeland. Snap again. That he's in for the score. Let's see if we can get a number.
Jackson Zebarth.
Jackson Zebarth takes it. Just right off the right tackle, it looked like, for the touchdown. Touchdown. Jackets here from the Rush City Auto Red Zone. Jackets have been in the red zone twice tonight, and they've scored both times.
Yeah, that offense finally figuring things out on that deep passing play to Andrews. And now Zebarth able to punch it in. The kick is up and it's good.
With that field extra point, the Jackets lead 14-0 over Sartell. And we'll take a short break. We'll be back after a short commercial.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
We just saw the Jackets score from the Rush City Auto Red Zone. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch. Visit rushcityauto.com and start shopping today. Go ahead, Tyler.
The Blue Jackets looking for their first win here in the Geisler era. And right now they lead it 14-0. The Sabres need some offense.
We got the Kettle River Pizza kickoff here. Need to fundraise for your team. Kettle River Pizza and As Cove has a practical and user-friendly fundraising program. Visit kettleriverpizza.com/fundraising to learn more. Sabres catch the kick at about the 18-yard line. Big block on the play right there by the Sabres. Sabres are brought down, and they're going to take over 1st and 10 here to start their second possession of the third quarter. 1st and 10, Sabres right from the 25-yard line.
The Sabres got the ball to start off the third quarter, and they were able to move the ball a little bit with some big plays, but then kind of got stopped up by a holding call. We'll see if they can get things cleared up here.
Here go the Sabres. Big play here. Brought down from behind by the Jackets. Good effort there.
The longest play of the game for the Sabres, and that was the quarterback, Alex Bird. Just complete misdirection. The Blue Jackets defense got kind of confused and twisted up, and Bird was able to find a huge lane.
That was the first time really we saw the Sabres break a big play here. The Jackets defense has been outstanding here to start the year. So it'll be 1st and 10, Sabres from the Jackets 38-yard line. It'll be Bird under center. Ambrose takes the handoff right up the middle. That's what we've seen a lot from him tonight. Really no gain on the play. We've also seen the Jacket defensive line step up all game long and stop that play.
Yeah, the defensive line for both teams has actually been pretty good, but especially this Blue Jackets defensive line. Besides that one long Bird run, they've been outstanding at stopping up this Sabres run game, and the run game is so vital to Sartell and their offense.
Yeah, we've seen them complete one or two passes all night long. Here we go, Bird under center. Jackson Knott goes in motion. Oh, Bird again has a jacket in his face, just throws the ball up for grabs, and the only two people were jacket defenders.
Grant Oliver at the linebacker spot was right there. The ball hit off of his hands, and he was holding his head in disbelief. That might have been the best interception chance of his career, as it looks like somebody will be down for the Jackets.
We've got an injury on the play here for the Jackets. Looks like it's a cramping situation. We'll step away here for a short break. We'll be back in a few with 2:16 to go in the third.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Jackson Zebarth was just cramping up a little bit. He's able to walk off on his own power. We'll see him back into the game here. So we've got 3rd and 10 for the Sabres from about the 38-yard line. Bird under center. Knott goes in motion. Bird fakes the handoff. He goes up the middle around the right edge. He picks up about 8 on the play. We'll call it a 9. Picks up 9 on the play. It will be 4th down and 1 for the Sabres here. A big play, I think, for the Sabres as they are nearing the Rush City red zone. They haven't been here all night. This is a huge play. 4th and 1. Huge play again for both teams. The defensive line, we've seen them step up all game in these situations.
Well, and Bird has been able to find some huge openings on that outer edge of the offensive line for Sartell, and he's really been the driving force.
Bird under center, Ambroise right behind him. The handoff goes to Ambroise. He breaks loose around the left edge, picks up enough for the first down. He is brought down at the 21-yard line as the Sabres are nearing the Rush City Auto red zone for the first time tonight. And this is where we've seen the Jacket defense step up and make some huge stops. And also penalties all night have stopped Sartell in these situations as well.
Well, this is exactly what Sartell needed after the Jackets scored their second touchdown of the game. Sartell needed to march down and make this a one-possession game once again, and they have done that.
Bird under center. He hands off right away to Ambroise straight up the middle. And again, a short gain on the play. We'll call it even no gain on the play. Again, that defensive line steps up on that play. Again, stay tuned after the game. We have our Pine Insurance Agency Player of the Game. We will grab a Blue Jacket and we'll bring him up here for a short interview. You won't want to miss that. So, 2nd down and 10. We've got 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It went fast. Bird under center. Ambroise behind him. Pitch to Ambroise. He runs wide right. Good run there by Ambroise. He is brought down at about the 12-yard line. Looks like he is going to be just shy of the first down. It is going to be 3rd down and 1. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We'll head to the fourth here. Tyler Gustafson will be back with the play-by-play after this short break.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ascove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. a true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Welcome back here at Cambridge-Isanti George Larson Field. The Blue Jackets lead it in this one as here's a run back up the gut by Sartell. Looked like that was Bird on the carry up the middle. He's been the driving force behind this offense for the Sabres in this drive. They're at the 9-yard line in the Rush City Auto red zone, trying to find the end zone for their first score of the game and make this a one-touchdown contest. It looks like things are starting to get going here for the Sabres offense just at the right time here in the fourth quarter. Bird under center. Gives the ball over to Ambrose up the middle, who takes it for a gain of 3. It'll be second down from the 6-yard line.
First game of the season here. We're starting to see some fatigue, I think, set in on both sides. We've got a couple of Jackets here that are stretching out and some cramps that are happening here.
This is not the guy you want to see down. Gus Knowlton is holding that left leg, and it looks like we're going to get a bit of an injury timeout. We'll stay here, though, at George Larson Field.
Update on the Gophers. They are up 7-3 against the Buffalo Bulls.
And the Blue Jackets here up 14-0, looking for their first win and to start out 2025 with some success. That would be such a good momentum booster for this squad that struggled all throughout last year. Just a lot of new faces, but some big plays from guys like Andrews, Lillamo, and Gus Knowlton, who right now is going to be walking off the field. Looks like he's okay, a little bit of a limp, but a good sign for the Blue Jackets. Doesn't look like anything too serious.
Yeah, big game here tonight, obviously, against Sartell. The Jackets next week have Chisago Lakes right back at here at Cambridge, and that's always a big rivalry, a good game. So going into that game with some confidence here after this one would be a great way to start your 2025 season for the Jackets.
Option offense. Bird under center, motion. Larson gets the pitch. He'll try to take it outer edge, and he'll go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Sartell. And they have made it a one-possession game, exactly what they needed to do here with this drive. And what a job by Alex Bird for the Sabres. He was the key player of that drive, the quarterback gaining 35 yards on a couple of big runs.
If I'm Coach Henches, I'm showing them my team that possession. It was penalty-free, and look what they were able to do. As one common theme here all night long for the Sabres has been the penalties have really hurt them. Extra point here is blocked by the Jackets.
No good. Blocked by number 6, Anders Lillamo.
That is Anders Lillamo again stepping up here, making a big play for the Jackets, blocking the extra point. So Anders Lillamo has an interception and a block extra point tonight. That will come up huge here with the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 11:05 to go in the fourth. Jackets 14, Sabres 6.
So the Sabres make it a one-possession game, but they're down 8. The Blue Jackets getting the ball. The Blue Jackets did a nice job in their last drive of just chewing up the clock and keeping this lead. They extended it. Now it's back to a one-possession game, but they're up 8. A touchdown here might be enough to seal this game. We'll see what this offense can come out with. I mean, both touchdown drives have been longer drives for the Blue Jackets, so if they can string together 5 or 10 nice plays, they could really start to put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, the Jackets will want to go on a nice long drive here. So far this half, we've seen Westfall at quarterback, and he did a nice job. Great pass last possession. The Jackson Z-Bar tackled just shy of the goal line, and we'll see what, maybe they'll mix in some more passing here, but they definitely want to run some time off the clock.
Copeland and Zebarth back to return this kick. Booting it away will be Hunter Jefferson, who is the kicker for this Sabres squad. The boot is a line drive deep. Copeland picks it up right by the end zone. He'll take it to the 25, and he's hit right there and taken down over to the 26, about a return of 25 as he picked that up right around the 1 yard line. And we've got another man down. This time it'll be a Sabre. We'll see if we get another injury timeout. That's been a theme over the past couple of quarters. The first quarter was injury-free, but since then we've seen a couple of guys down per quarter, and hopefully everybody's okay.
Like we talked about, there's been some cramping here that's been happening. And we've got a penalty here on the Jackets. It's a personal foul. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and back them up even more.
Yeah, it was a low block on the Jackets, which is half the distance to the goal. So that moves them all the way back to the 12-ish yard line. They're going to have a long 88 yards to go if they want to score another touchdown. It looks like Gus Knowlton is back on the sidelines and moving around. He's going to go in offensively, and that is huge for the Blue Jackets.
Again, I think we're just seeing a lot of these guys get cramped up here and need to be stretched out and rub out the cramp a little bit, and they are good to go.
Westfall in the pistol formation. Copeland behind him. Couple receivers to the left, one to the right. He takes the snap, passing play. That's caught by Andrews. Screen play, moves up the middle, and gains 4. A solid, nice gain on the first down. That's kind of what you need if you're the Blue Jackets right now. You just need to keep moving and getting chunk yardage as another man down, another cramp it looks like. This time I think it's Andrews on the ground. Like you said, time after time, these guys are going down with cramps. Nothing too crazy so far, but just getting back into the rhythm of football, such a physical game. Andrews is down. He's getting stretched out. But Westfall has looked very comfortable at quarterback so far here in the second half. That pass to Andrews that was right by the goal line earlier in the second half set up that second touchdown. And once again, going back to Andrews here, Westfall's kind of looked very comfortable and able to make plays at the QB position.
He has certainly settled in here and led the Jackets on a nice drive, and the Jackets really need him to lead them on another one here with 10:39 to go in the fourth.
Up the middle, Copeland goes, and he's got a break. Wide open to the 40, to the 45, 50. He's trying to get a lane. They're grabbing him and shoving him out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
What a huge play. The Jackets needed it. We knew Copeland at some point tonight was going to bust a big one, and there you go. What an answer here for the Jackets after the Sabres scored their first touchdown of the game to come back and drive it right down and are near the Rush City red zone, Rush City Auto red zone again. The officials are meeting here about something. Not sure what they are discussing.
Nearly a 50-yard run there from Peyton Copeland. The biggest play of the game so far tonight. A huge gain for the Blue Jackets. And that's one of those plays towards the end of a game that can really start to seal the deal one way or another. Obviously, there's still 10 minutes and 28 seconds left on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, but a huge play from Copeland. Now another give up the middle, and he'll get 5 or 6 more right up the gut. Copeland, the go-to man in that running back position, and he is looking electric here in the fourth quarter.
We're starting to see fatigue again set in from both sides here. The defense from Sartell is tired, and the Jackets are taking control and pushing them backwards and getting bigger gains now than they did earlier in the game.
Hawaii-themed night, as here's a run up the middle. This time, Sartell is able to stuff Copeland after a gain of 1. A good fan section out for the Blue Jackets. School hasn't started yet, but the Blue Jacket faithful coming out in a good crowd and bringing the energy for their football team, trying to get a win here early in the season on the home opener.
Yeah, like you said, with school not even in session yet and no pep band tonight, to have this big of a student section all dressed up in Hawaiian themed, what an awesome show of support for the students, and you could tell that this is the way it's going to be all year long here for the Jacket football squad.
Westfall still in at quarterback. Copeland to his right. Here's a pitch on the jet sweep. Taking it around on the edge is number 6, Lilimo, showing off his offensive prowess. He's done a whole lot defensively, but he gains a good 6 yards on that carry. And the Blue Jackets are at the 21-yard line, trying to punch it in.
We talked about how the Jackets want to run the clock here, but they're going to score, and they'll take that anytime.
A little crafty pitch pass, actually. That would have been a pass in the stat sheet for Westfall because it was a forward lateral. We see that a little bit in NFL playbooks as Westfall will take it up the middle, a keeper, and he'll gain a few yards. And they're still pushing him. No whistle yet. He'll go all the way to the 14-yard line. The offensive line coming behind their quarterback and giving him a shove, and that's a gain of 7 yards.
The NFL's really made that popular, right, where everybody just gets in and pushes forward as much as they can. I saw it at the 9th grade game early this week, and here we saw it again tonight where the running back's feet are still moving, the linemen are coming and just pushing forward.
That's team football right there, and that's exactly what Geisler preaches for this Blue Jacket squad, is everybody giving their best effort and every yard counts. It looks like we might be going back to the Wildcat offense. The Blue Jackets set up with Copeland and Zebarth in the backfield. Here's a flag.
Delay of game on the play. That is a huge penalty. And it's going to move the Jackets back 5 yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, that completely erases that big gain from Westfall. And now it is back to 2nd and 8 for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, the Jackets have scored the first 2 times they've been in the red zone tonight, and they would love to put another one in the end zone here.
Copeland back in the Wildcat spot. Zebarth right next to him. Here's a run out wide. Copeland finding the edge. And a big gain, 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and short for the Blue Jackets offense.
Now the Jackets are definitely thinking 2 downs here, right? They want to pick this first down up. But they've got 2 downs to do it. They're definitely going to go for it on 4th down if needed.
Be the Rush City Auto red zone here as they're in the 15-yard line. Here's the snap to Copeland, back up the middle. He'll get a shove. Did he get the first down? It's going to be close. With forward progress, it looks like maybe he did. The angle is tough to see, and yep, they'll wave up the chains. So the Blue Jackets, with about 10 yards to go to find that end zone and make this once again a 2-score game. The Rush City Auto Red Zone is presented by Rush City Auto, which is located in North Branch, called Standard Auto and Classics. 2 locations means 2 lots of quality used vehicles. Visit rushcityauto.com to see all the inventory. Wildcat formation. We've seen this used intermittently during Blue Jacket drives. Copeland makes the call. And taking the snap is Zebarth up the middle. He'll gain a few. We've seen success for both Zebarth and Copeland from the Wildcat spot. And this is the dynamics that this different offense brings.
Yeah, this is how the Jackets want to play, right? They want to get a lead, and then they just want to ground it out and run off the clock here and enforce their will on their opponent.
5:48 left here on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 14-6 is the score. Copeland takes the snap. Now he hands it off. A beautiful lane, and Lillamo is in for the just short, they'll say. Oh, boy, that was close. It looked like he was in for the touchdown, but the near side official is ruling him down maybe a yard short.
So it looks like it will be 1st and goal, however. He was able to pick up the first down. What a big-time run there. That was another hometown handoff brought to you by A&W and Pine City.
Anders Lillamo has been so good both offensively and defensively. We see the burst there. Now the snap from the 1 yard line to Copeland. He takes it up the middle, and he's in. Peyton Copeland with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Knox Andrews is firing up the crowd on the sideline, and the Blue Jackets make this a 2-possession game.
And it was, again, that direct snap right to Copeland. He's able to go right off the right tackle and in for the score. Big-time play for the Jackets. Mason McKinnon coming on to kick the extra point. He's 2 for 2 on the night in extra points.
Yeah, so far so good for the Blue Jackets kicker. Trying to make this a 15-point game here in the 4th quarter with 5:08 left to play. The snap, the kick, and it is good. So the Blue Jackets lead it now, 21-6 in the 4th quarter. 5 minutes left to play here at Cambridge-Isanti High School. We'll be back after this short break.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
Welcome back here at George Larson Field. The Blue Jackets now in charge. They lead it 21-6 here in the 4th quarter. I'm Tyler Gustafson alongside Chris Gable. A couple of Cambridge natives here getting the call of Blue Jackets game. It's been fun to watch this squad roll down the field, and right now the offense seems to be clicking. We'll see if the defense can do their part, as we're about to get a kickoff. The Kettle River Pizza kickoff is received and taken by Larson. He's got the outer edge. He'll take it to the 50-yard line, all the way down to the 40, and a huge return is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Sabres.
Yeah, Coach Geisler has to be pleased with the Blue Jacket resolve after giving up the score to the Sabres. They march down the field and score to make it 21-6, but the Sabres also have to be pleased with how they respond to the Jacket score, because now they are going to be in great field position starting at the Jackets 40.
Well, that is exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to score, and they've got a few timeouts. They can drag out this quarter maybe and have a chance. As Bird takes the snap, he'll run it himself, outer edge, a gain of about 4. They're going to need some big yardage plays, though. They got to move this game along very quickly if they want to stay in it. They're down 15 with 4:40 left on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard.
Bird has looked like a different runner here in the second half compared to the first half. He's done a really nice job of finding the holes.
Takes the snap, looking back to pass, and that pass is wide. looking on the outer edge for the out route, but he was unable to find his receiver. That was Braden Lantis out there on the outside. So 3rd down and 6 for the Sabres. These tough 3rd downs have been their enemy, but they were able to make some big conversions in their last drive, which resulted in a touchdown. They need to do the same thing right here if they want to stay in this game. Bird under center. 2 receivers right. He'll look that way, throw, and that's caught by Ambrose, and a huge tackle made. We'll see if it's for the 1st down. The ball is being spotted. That was caught by Johnny Mannion, rather, the running back, out of the backfield, and it will be 4th down. So great tackle, great stop by Eli Vossen.
Noah DeWolf right there stepped up, made the stop. He was the only guy around him. If he doesn't make that stop, it's an easy 1st down for the Sabres. Great play right there by Noah DeWolf stepping up at corner and making the big tackle to make it 4th down and 1.
Bird hands it off, back up the middle, Ambrose, and he's got a lane to run. He's still up, bounces off a defender, and gets all the way to the 20-yard line. A gain of 12, and a big 4th down conversion for the Sabres. They're going to remain on offense. Those conversions here in the second half have been huge for Sartell. They were unable to do that in the first half, but looks like a completely different offense. Bird takes the snap. He's looking back to pass. He'll roll to his left. Throw on the run. He's got a man, and a touchdown is dropped. Oh, what a play defensively. It looks like that was...
It's hard to see that. That's on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, Cole Arneson, I believe, number 2 out there.
It's a great play. Receiver had him beat, but the defender looked like he reached up late and knocked the ball away from what looked like an easy touchdown.
Well, it looked like he almost had possession, but then lost it at the last second before being able to complete the catch. So, Bird back under center, 2nd down, takes a snap, rolls to his right, pressure coming, throw is caught by Larson, right side, right by the 10-yard line. It'll be just short of the first. No, they're going to wave him. The chains will be moving, it looks like. And the Sabres are in the Rush City Auto red zone.
So it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 9 or right at the 10. The Sabres cannot get a 1st down.
2:40 left on the clock. Bird takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now will throw up deep for his big tight end. Incomplete. Tons of pressure coming. And the Blue Jackets are able to get the stop, but it looks like there might be a flag on the play. Roughing the passer will be the call, and wow. That is huge for the Sabres. They'll get half the distance to the goal.
And an automatic 1st down, I believe. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 5 for the Sabres with 2:35 to go in the ball game. If you're the Sabres, you want to score quickly here and probably attempt an onside. See if you can't make this game a little bit closer.
5-yard line, Bird will go under center. Ambrose behind him, and he'll hand it that way through the tackle and in for the touchdown. What a drive from Sartell. They answer right back. And now the Blue Jackets will have their job cut out for them. This is once again a one-possession game if the Sabres can come through with an extra point here.
We've had an action-filled 4th quarter here, back and forth. Scores that Rush City Auto red zone has been used greatly here in the second half compared to the first half.
Looks like they're going to keep the offense out there, go for 2. Bird under center. Option play and a false start. This will move back the offense for Sartell, and maybe they'll go for an extra point after being moved back. No, encroachment on the defense. So that makes it a closer
So
two-point
now you're
try.
probably going to go for 2 again, and you've got a little bit closer try here. The Jackets up 9. They would love to get a stop here on this 2-point conversion and keep it at a 2-possession game with 2:30 to go.
Bird takes the snap. Ambrose trying to get in, and he is there just by a hair or two. He was able to fall forward and get the 2-point conversion. So the Sabres make this a 21-14 game. The Blue Jackets in charge here at George Larson Field. We'll be back after a short break.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
So 21-14 is the score here at George Larson Field, and this is all of a sudden a very tight game once again here. Chris, it's been a fun one for this Blue Jackets home opener. Both teams trying to get a huge win to start off their schedules.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting 2:30 here. Jackets need to play smart football, hang on to the ball, and try to run out that clock. You remember to stay tuned after the game for our Player of the Game presentation presented by Pine Insurance Agency.
So the Kettle River Pizza kickoff about to get underway. Delicious, locally made Kettle River Pizza. Here's the boot. A short one, the onside kick try. And it looks like the Sabres touched it too early. The flag down.
Sabres sideline cheered a little bit. They thought they recovered the kick, and they probably did, but they touched it early, and the flag came out immediately from the officials.
Yeah, it looks like the kicker was running right after it. That was Hunter Jefferson, who tried the onside attempt. We'll see real quick just to make sure. Yes, first touch by the receiving team. So Cambridge will get the first down at the 49-yard line. And so now all they need to do is run out the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They're up by 7.
Update on the Golden Gophers. Gophers are up 13-3 over the Buffalo Bulls midway through the third quarter.
Cambridge takes on Chisago Lakes at home next Friday. That's going to be a huge game as Jackson Zebar takes it up the middle for a few yards. Chisago Lakes, one of those conference rivals that are always tough for the Blue Jackets, and if they can win this game, they could maybe get a streak going against a conference opponent and get things rolling with a couple of wins.
Jackets here are going to wind that play clock down, let that play clock run down as much as possible. The Sabres have 2 timeouts, so if they can get a stop on this play, I'd imagine they'll use their second.
Wildcat formation, Copeland back. He'll hand it off to Lilimo, who is taken down in the backfield. A huge stop. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 yards, as that was a huge loss on the play.
Huge play right there. It's exactly what Sartell needed. Big loss on the play. They're able to use their second timeout. The Jackets have it now 3rd down and 11 with 1:42 to go, and the Sabres still have 1 timeout. So now it puts the Jackets in a tough position here. Do you run the ball and potentially not get the first down and force Sartell to call their last timeout? Or do you throw the ball to give yourself a better chance to get the first down? but risk an incompletion and allow Sartell to keep that timeout. Going to be an interesting decision here for the Jacket coaching staff. It'll be 3rd down and 11, right from midfield it looks like, right from the 50-yard line.
Last season, the Blue Jackets lost multiple games by, as Westfall takes the snap, he'll take it himself and maybe just trying to run it. Now the ball comes loose, and jumping on it is the receiver. I was going to say the Blue Jackets lost every game by more than 2 scores, so this is the closest game in the Geisler era as head coach. They might be able to take a win here, but they lose the fumble, and it looks like the punt team will come on with 4th and 20 to go. And Sartell is taking their final timeout. 1:33 left on the Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard.
This is going to be a key punt early in the season. We're going to see a lot. This is going to be tell us a lot about the Jackets. They're not used to playing in a lot of close games at the varsity level the last few years. They've got a 7-point lead, 1:30 to go. Somebody needs to step up and make a play.
That's exactly right. We've seen some big plays from Anders Lillemo, from Gus Knowlton, and this defense for the Blue Jackets. They're going to need that again, as the Sabres have scored on back-to-back drives offensively. The offense has really been clicking for Sartell, but Sartell's offense also isn't normally a big play machine. It's an option offense, more of a slow-moving offense, and they've only got 1:33 left on the clock, so we'll see if that plays into it at all.
Olsen is back to punt here for the Jackets. This is a big-time punt. He needs to send the Sabres back.
The boot is up right around the 30-yard line. It bounces, takes a Sartell hop, and it'll be caught there by Malchevek right around the 30-yard line. So 70 yards to go for the Sabres if they want to potentially tie this game up or win it with a 2-point conversion. They've got 1:23 left on the clock. It's going to be a fun finish to this game for all those tuned in. Thank you so much for joining us here on Q Media Sports.
Smart play right there for the Blue Jackets. They needed to catch that punt. That ball was going to bounce backwards and give Sartell even better field position. So smart play right there for the Jackets, making sure that punt didn't give Sartell better field position.
Bird under center, 2 receivers right. He's looking that way, rolls out, throws a pass wide, and that is tipped by Andon Maurer, but unable to come up with the interception. Roughing the passer, though, on the Blue Jackets. That's the second roughing the passer call that has really come back to haunt this Blue Jackets defense. That'll move this offense up 15 yards.
Yeah, you don't want to give the Sabres free yards right now. We saw the Jackets benefit from penalties on their first drive of the game for a score. We don't want to return that favor here to the Sabres.
Sartell on their own 45. Bird takes the snap, looking to pass. Pressure coming. The ball comes loose, and the Blue Jackets recover. Gus Knowlton comes up with the football.
What a play right there for the Blue Jackets. And we've seen all game. Passing for the Sabres is not their strong suit. The Jackets defense has been in his face all game long. That ball was recovered by Brody Estrada with incredible pressure again from Gus Knowlton. And that should just about seal the deal here for the Jackets, giving them their first win of the 2025 season.
The dagger from the Blue Jackets defense. They've got 1:14 to kill.
No timeouts for the Sabres left. They cannot stop the clock. I'm assuming we're going to see victory formation with one of the QBs taking a knee here.
Shotgun snap. And a knee will be taken. What a game all the way around. Some big plays from both sides. But the defense for the Blue Jackets holding Sartell to 14 points. So they're going to take a couple more knees, and we will see a victory celebration. The first victory for Ben Geisler as the Blue Jackets head coach, and a new era has begun here at George Larson Field for Cambridge-Isanti. We'll get a post-game interview with the player of the game. That'll be Peyton Copeland, the Pine Insurance Agency player of the game. We'll get a chat with him after this celebration commences, but the Blue Jackets have won their home opener 21-14 here at George Larson Field. We'll be back here on Q Media Sports after a short break with tonight's post-game report.
That's the end of the fourth quarter and the game with the final score. Cambridge-Isanti.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org. Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
We're back here with the post-game report after the Blue Jackets take it by a score of 21-14 here in their home opener. Chris, what does this mean for the rest of the season as the Blue Jackets are starting off a new era with a win?
It's just so important for the kids, build their confidence moving forward. They got a big game next week, big rivalry game with Chisago Lakes. It's been a full year since they've won a game, and the Geisler era in 2025 is off to a 1-0 start. And a great game. Lots of good things to take away from the film tonight, but also some things that they can improve on and work on moving forward.
We've got a couple of star players to highlight for both squads. For Sartell, Bird was fantastic at quarterback. He had a great second half, but for the Blue Jackets, there were several players to highlight. Who would be your key players this game for the Blue Jackets?
Well, Copeland played an incredible game offensively. He pushed in those 2 touchdowns from short distance. He had a big 50-yard run right when we needed it, right after Sartell scored their touchdown. Their first score, I believe, Copeland had a big run that allowed the Jackets to come right back and score again. That put the game away 21-7 at that point. But Anders Lillemo quietly had an impressive game. I guess not even quietly. He had an interception in the first half. He came around to block the extra point in the second half, made many, many big plays. He had a big run in the second half as well. So Anders Lillemo played very well. And Sartell's offense is an option-type offense, and our defensive line played outstanding, stopping really putting a stop to the Sabres all first half, leading to a 7-0 halftime score. So huge props to the defensive line, including guys like Gus Knowlton really stepped up to lead the way for the defensive side.
Yeah, another guy to highlight, Griffin Kostecka had 2 sacks for the Blue Jackets at key times. And, you know, sometimes those guys can go a little bit underappreciated, the guys on the lines in the trenches, but that's really what won the Blue Jackets this game, was their defensive line stopping the run-heavy offense from Sartell and forcing them to get uncomfortable and try to make some passing plays. And we saw a lot of success for the Blue Jackets defense, quite a few sacks, and that interception from Lillemo, also a fumble recovery, and overall just a great job defensively for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, Coach Geister's got to be happy with his defensive performance tonight, holding Sartell to 14 points. And every time Sartell dropped back to pass, nothing was easy for Bird. He had guys in his face throughout the night. And unfortunately, it led to a few roughing the passer penalties, but it also made passing very, very difficult. Looking forward here for the Jackets, they've got right back here at George Larson Field versus Chisago Lakes next Friday, September 5th. And then they travel to Monticello September 12th for a big 7-5A game. They have Spring Lake Park, who's new to the schedule this year, right back here on September 19th. And then the big game is at Elk River on September 26th. Elk River is a Section 5A opponent. They're in the same section as the Blue Jackets. And Elk River is the reigning state champions. However, they were losing tonight early to Bemidji 26-20 just before the half, I believe. And then Friday, October 3rd, big rivalry game versus St. Francis. And then on Friday, October 10th, they're at Sauk Rapids Rice. And Wednesday of MEA break week, October 15th, they are at Irondale to round out their schedule. The Sartell Sabres, they start the year 0-1. They are at St. Cloud Tech, or they will host St. Cloud Tech, on Friday, September 5th. Sartell beat St. Cloud Tech last year in that matchup. We will take a short break here again as we are waiting for our Pine Insurance Player of the Game to come up to the booth. Peyton Copeland is our player of the game. He scored 2 touchdowns for the game. The player of the game is presented by Pine Insurance Agency. Our player will receive a coveted player of the game t-shirt and a hat tonight for a job well done. Thank you, Pine Insurance Agency, for covering Minnesota and Wisconsin. Like I said, our player of the game is Peyton Copeland. He scored 2 touchdowns on the night and had a huge run when the team needed it most. We're going to go to a short break, and we'll be back shortly with our player of the game and to conclude the post-game wrap-up.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit cfmotousa.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not, Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like
Getting to Almost Yours gun and pawn and Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand? And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo.
Ha, thanks boys. I went to Almost Yours gun and pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Okay.
I do love Almost Yours gun and pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsand, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
October is Minnesota Manufacturing Month. The Central Minnesota Manufacturers Association wants to say thank you to all the manufacturing employees and companies. Without you, we would not have a lot of the products we enjoy using every day. Join us at one of our tours of area manufacturers. Tours available this year will be held at Felling Trailers, Brenny Transportation, and New Flyer. Tours feature both in-person and private tours. Learn how to register or attend at cmmaworks.org. That's cmmaworks.org. This message is brought to you by the Central Minnesota Manufacturers Association and bronze sponsors Falcon National Bank, DeZurich, KCED, Meadowcraft, Manufacturers Alliance, and the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry. More information available at cmmaworks.org.
All right, we are back here at Cambridge-Isanti for the post-game Player of the Game interview. The Player of the Game is presented by Pine City Insurance Agency. Our player will receive a coveted Player of the Game t-shirt and a hat. Tonight's Player of the Game is Peyton Copeland. He scored 2 touchdowns. And don't forget to visit all Pine City Insurance Agency locations in Aiken, Ham Lake, Moose Lake, McGregor, and Pine City. Visit pineagency.us and learn how you can start saving. So, Peyton, first game of the year, how does it feel to get a win after going 0-8 last year to come in here tonight and beat a team like Sartell?
I mean, it feels great because last year that's all we yearned for. We had to wait a whole another year just to put all that work in and get better and better, and then we finally got it. We got it done. Yeah, and at the end there, we got a little scary, but we powered through. We fought back, and we ended up with a dub.
So the lessons that you learned tonight from winning this ball game, what does that mean going forward in your next few games?
It means job's not finished. We got to keep going forward, keep getting better every week. Don't take any team lightly.
Yeah. So as a leader of the team, Peyton, what did you do this summer to make sure that this team didn't quit, continue to work hard, get in the weight room, come to the 7-on-7 stuff? What did you do as a leader to make sure this team stayed together so they could start the year off with a big W tonight?
I got up, I pushed my teammates, and my teammates were sleeping. I'd go to the house, get them up, and we all go as a team.
Yeah. Tell us about Coach Geisler and the goals that your team has set for the season.
Coach Geisler is a great man, and he's really coaching us more up than just football. He's teaching us how to be good people and good men when we're older, and it's more about that than winning football games.
Yeah. How proud of you tonight over all your teammates. We talked about number 6 tonight. Had a great game, Anders Lillemo.
Oh, yeah.
He had the blocked extra point,
Yep.
the interception. Talk about him and the game and the role he played defensively tonight.
Defensively, Anders is one of our best hitters. He's one of our best guys. He's always making plays, making the right reads, and flying around the field. He's also one of our captains, keeping everybody up always.
I love it. Awesome. So big game next Friday. What do you know about Chisago? Big rivalry, obviously. Another home game. Talk about Chisago real quickly.
They're still going to be tough, but I think we can get them. Yeah, Chisago, they got us last year, but we got a chip on our shoulder. We're going to go there, and they're going to come here. We're going to get them here.
Yeah, I love it. Peyton, thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah. Peyton Copeland, our player of the game, brought to you by Pine City Insurance Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear Peyton Copeland's name a lot this year for the Blue Jackets. He's a great player, great leader, as you can tell. Good luck, Peyton, the rest of the way. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go to a quick break, everybody. Thank you. We'll be back again to wrap it up.
From the Q Media Sports Department, here's a word with our friends at Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
Just keep that. Welcome back to Cambridge-Isanti Field. For
Traditions
tonight's game,
are
we're going to
passed
wrap up
down,
tonight's
and
game.
we learn
Final
what is
score
important.
tonight was 21-14. The Jackets pulled out the first win of the year and a good start to the 2025 season. Tyler, any final thoughts tonight about this ball game that we saw tonight?
I mean, it looks like a different team for the Blue Jackets. We saw a lot of improved offense and defense, just a different type of grit to this squad. It seems like they're playing as a team. Last year there was a lot of low points, but it seems like everything's kind of turned around. Obviously, this was a huge momentum shifter. We'll see if they can continue that against a slightly better squad in Chisago Lakes next week and maybe start this season off with a couple of wins, a big win here at home for the home opener.
Once again, final score here tonight in Cambridge-Isanti, the Blue Jackets 21, the Sartell Sabres 14. The Cambridge Blue Jackets will be back here on Friday, September 5th versus the Chisago Lakes Wildcat. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors and thank all of you for tuning in tonight. We'll be back soon. And don't forget to turn in to 95.5 Nice for all of our morning shows and coaches' corners and scores from around the area. For Tyler and Chris, Have a great night, everybody. We'll be back soon.